So I was having a conversation the other day with somebody about this, and I was thinking about the kind of virtues, the kind of self-sacrifice and courage and valor and heroism that would have someone jump on a grenade to protect their fellows. And how fucking profoundly beautiful and incredible that impulse is, and that actual developed capacity and commitment in oneself. And then the way that other people weaponize the most beautiful traits in someone, right? So like develop soldiers that have that virtue and then apply them to a false flag war where they're told the war is for one reason and that's not really the reason that it's for. So those who are running the false flag war are weaponizing the energy of patriotism, of self-sacrifice, of whatever in people. And we can see that, like, you know, suicide bombing, where a young person is willing to give up their life in service of the thing that they believe is right. Only when the infidels are gone will, you know, the world be remade and Allah come back and etc. And like that the other people are actually infidels. They're against God and against the good, and they're doing the holy thing. And yet it's clearly some people who are fighting political and cultural wars who don't really believe in 72 virgins in heaven, but believe in other much more strategic things, who then end up weaponizing those people's deepest virtues that are more important in their own life, weaponizing the sense of the sacred against them and against others, is the most fucked thing. To be able to actually turn what is most sacred into what is most defiled, and that also is ubiquitous. Like, it blows my mind when I think about, we talked about this before, but when we think about things like Christian holy war, when we think about the Inquisition, and it's like, okay, so people who are claiming to believe in Jesus as the Savior, who said, let he who has no sins cast the first stone. And if they strike one cheek, give them the other, and 70 times 7, and, you know, on, all these types of things, and Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. How we figure out, in the name of the religion that believes in him, to torture people who think differently, or to burn them at the stake, it's like, what the fuck? How do we figure out how to do that? Well, there's easy ways. He also said, you know, I come not to destroy the law, but to uphold it, and then I can go back to Leviticus, and then I can see where we were supposed to kill people and whatever, right? So basically, so there are individuals who take tools and weaponize them in relationship with other individuals. There are also individuals and groups and positions of power that seek to weaponize groups of people. And so they seek to share compelling narratives to scare people, to create a false enemy that will scare everyone and unify them together against that enemy that was either created or exaggerated to begin with or whatever. And they are basically weaponizing people and people's courage to be willing to step up and fight. So it's actually weaponizing that which is most beautiful in other people for the most fucked purposes.